My name is Tanvi. My name is Tanvi, and I'm in Tech Team in Design 39. And I'm going to be asking some questions to Don Goble about iMovie. And my name is Shreya, and I'm with her to interview Don Goble about iMovie. Can you tell us about yourself and your work?
Yeah, hey guys, thanks so much for inviting me to talk to you. So I'm a teacher in St. Louis, Missouri. I teach high school, so all freshmen through seniors. But I also do a lot of work all over the country with students of all ages and teachers of all backgrounds on trying to create videos in the classroom for students to learn and create and just have fun while doing movies. So I work mostly with high school students on a regular basis, but I love videos. I love following the media. I love critically analyzing the media. I love studying the media, and I love all the different ways and try to think of new ways that kids like you can create videos to show your passions, your interests, and what you're learning.
Can you tell us about your iMovie story and when did you start using it and why?
Sure. Well, iMovie, I started a long time ago, probably back in 2002 or 3 when it was brand new. I could only use it on a desktop. I didn't know much about it. And then I really started getting involved with it probably on the iOS device and the iPad and iPhone about, I guess, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now almost. And I just love it because it's a simple tool. I mean, there's a video production company right here in your device. You can shoot, write, film, edit, publish. And iMovie is a terrific app. It's an easy app for students to use, but it's a great way to tell stories. And I love kind of learning through story. I love teaching through story because every good story has a beginning, middle, and end. And through those 3 phases, typically there's a lot of different conflicts and challenges, and then hopefully successes that we can achieve. And through iMovie, it's a great way to show it through pictures and video.
Why do you think iMovie is so awesome?
Well, because it's easy. It's totally awesome because it's easy, and because I can create videos right here on my phone in my pocket. So when I'm out with students or something inspires me or a student is inspired, no matter where they are, they could capture some video on their phone and immediately add it to iMovie and start editing it, add text or add music or add their voice to talk about the story or interview somebody to learn a little bit about them. So it's just super easy, and that's the main reason why I love it.
How does using iMovie impact learning?
Well, I think using iMovie and really creating videos is a powerful way to learn, because through the process of creating a video, you have to do some research, which I know you guys have done. You have to do some research. You have to do some writing or scripting of questions or your ideas, what you're going to say. And then you can just open up the iMovie app and you can interview somebody. You can capture the sights and sounds around you. You can take pictures and add that. There's so many different elements of learning through color and sound and composition through the video making process. And it can all come together within iMovie so easily that you can really tell a story about anything. It could be a simple story or it could be a big story. But I like finding the simple ones the best, because I think the more you can use the iMovie app and create videos, the more you're really using your brain to critically think, to really ask questions, to make choices that you really are very intentional. Because when you create a video, you want to make sure that the shot is right, that the sound is right, that you can put it all together in iMovie in a way that makes sense for somebody else to watch it. And that's really the goal, isn't it? When we make a video or a movie, we want somebody else to enjoy it or learn something from it. And so we have to be very careful and intentional about our thoughts and our choices. And the simplicity of an app like iMovie allows us to put all those thoughts together.
Why does using iMovie, what made you interested in making movies?
Well, I loved watching films and TV and movies when I was even younger than you guys. I grew up watching it a lot. When I got into high school, I decided I wanted to make my own. I always was very thoughtful of like, why am I watching what I'm watching? Why is this funny to me? What is the director doing with that shot? Why did they use that music? I used to love music in films and wonder about why they chose the music that they did. So I got really interested in wanting to learn about it. So I started making videos in high school, and then I went to college to make videos and actually worked at a radio and television station before I graduated and then after I graduated, just because I love telling stories. I love meeting people. I love interviewing people and capturing it on video. And so that's really what the main reason why I love doing it. So I love taking my passion and my interest and sharing it with kids like you to hopefully inspire you to tell your stories that are happening around you.
Okay, do you have any special tips you want to share about movie making?
Yes. Okay. So when you're making a movie, you must have sound. I think I was just doing a talk yesterday with some high school students, and they asked me, "What's the biggest mistake beginning video or filmmakers make?" And I said they don't capture enough sound because you don't have video without sound. If you just have a picture, well, that's an image, but it's the sound that brings video to life, that gets us interested, that draws us in, that connects us. So always make sure you capture good sound. I'm also going to make sure you're very intentional about your choices. So everything I see on the screen is something that I want my viewer to pay attention to. And then I pay attention to a variety of shots. I want my viewer to be really interested. So I use a variety of shots. And the mantra that I teach my kids is wide, medium, and tight. So we record a wide shot, which right now I see like an entire like community center or library kind of behind you guys, so that I can kind of see the whole landscape, the setting of the story. And then a medium shot would be kind of what I see with you two right now, just a couple of characters on the screen. And then a tight shot might be like on one of you, maybe on your face or on the computer screen that you're talking to me through. So kind of to visualize the story of someone who doesn't know what we're doing, but kind of gives them an idea to pay attention and be interested.
If you could make one change in iMovie, what would it be?
Well, that's a good question. I've actually talked to some iMovie developers about this, so I'm not sure if have you guys played with it a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things I like to do are interviews, and if you notice in iMovie, you can put the entire like interview on like one track within iMovie, which is called the timeline, right? Well, there's the possibility you can put video to overlay that first track, so you can create two tracks. But what you can't do is put a picture on top of the video, which is kind of interesting. I did a video tutorial about it. So you have to actually create pictures and turn them into a video if you want to lay that on top of the interview. So that would be one change. I would like them to be able to add pictures on top of the interview, because when I interview people, I like to show what they're talking about. Because I don't want to just see somebody talking for like an hour or 30 minutes or 10 minutes on screen. I want to be able to see the visuals of what they're talking about. And so I like doing it with video, but I'd also like to do it with pictures.
Okay, what advice do you have for teachers to teach students using iMovie?
Well, that's another great question. I would say just do it. And I tell teachers all the time, even if you don't know how to work it very well, just get in there and make a project with your students. Do a class project, do a personal project. Just jump in and start teaching it. Let the kids play. So I hope, like I'm assuming, and I'm pretty positive, Mr. Corcoran just allows you guys to kind of investigate the app, start working with it, playing with it, make mistakes, ask questions, get hooked, things that you start to like about it. And then as you guys become experts, I like to say, well then, like now you guys should go back to your class and tell them everything you've learned about iMovie. And now kids are learning from you guys, and that helps Mr. Corcoran too, and helps teachers. So I think when you all work together and you just jump in and you try and do it with like one small project, it's a lot of fun.
Thank you for joining us. Before you go, is there anything you would like to share?
Well, I have to tell you that this is an amazing project that you guys are doing. I'm really glad to know that there are kids in Florida and around the world, and that Mr. Corcoran is allowing his students opportunities to do this. You guys should be really excited and appreciative of this opportunity, and I hope you share with me later your blog posts and all the lessons that you learned about iMovie so I can share it then with my community in social media, on Twitter and on Facebook. Would that be okay?
Yeah, and also one more thing. Have you ever made a movie?
I've made lots of movies, yes. So if you go to my website, dongoble.com, you will see some under my creative tab. I have some videos and movies there, but I'm also connected to my YouTube channel. So I make movies probably every week. I make a short movie at least every week. I probably make about 4 to 5 movies every month. So I'm constantly making movies either by myself or with my students.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, guys, this was terrific. Thank you.